All right, it's that time of the year, getting the garden ready for the next planting season. And we're going to do a little bit different this year. But I'm going to build, I'm going to build a trellis in between each one and connecting to the next one down. So we'll have a total of 3 trellises, and I'm going to use cattle panels. There was a ton on here when we bought the property. So we'll essentially have at least a 6-foot tunnel in between these. And then on the back side, where it will get some shade, we'll have our leafy greens, spinach, kale, and whatnot. They don't like a whole lot of direct hot sun. So we're going to experiment with that this year. So yeah, that's the project on hand here. So we're going to get going. I got a lot of my materials all put together, and I'll get you set up and we'll get to building. So working in the garden is definitely something that we both enjoy. My wife loves to grow things. I love to build things, so it's a really good union. At the same time, we believe in being self-reliant, and we believe that the world sells shortcuts and offers the quick hit, the easy fix, if you will, the thing that feels good right now. That's really destroying people. Planting your own garden, growing your own food, raising your own food is so much better for you. It tastes so much better. It's more nutritious. All the food that you find in grocery stores, including processed food, which is just addiction sold as convenience, is all created, for the most part, by big food. And big food has modified food to the point where a lot of the times animals won't even eat it. Okay, so I don't know if the picture's coming together here for you or not, but the cattle panels, they're 12 feet long. So they'll start somewhere around in here. They'll just kind of loop around and to those boxes over there, and I'll have the same kind of uprights. I got to get the cattle panel in here. I'll probably just use a ratchet strap and pull it together. So I'm just going to zip these on real quick. Now, I'm not saying we never eat out. We do. In fact, we just went to a very good Indian restaurant the other night, and it's the second time we've been there. I have no problem paying for quality, top quality food. However, we rarely, if ever, eat fast food anymore. Fast food is just pure poison. And unfortunately, it's sold as pleasure, and people take pleasure in it, although they're not even realizing what kind of damage they're doing to their systems, to their bodies, to their overall health, which eventually leads to modern medicine, right? Everybody, almost everybody I know is on some sort of medication. Big ag and big food got them addicted to that crap. Now they have all these health issues, and now they're addicted to all these medications that big pharma is just getting rich off of. It is just such common sense to me. However, that escapes a lot of people, and they just don't want to do this sort of stuff. Put in a garden, raise chickens, homesteading. It's just simple homesteading. This stuff is simple, and it's so much better for you. Homesteading requires you to stay on your home. We are surrounded by endless entertainment, which is just meant to distract us. I really encourage everybody to wake up, and when you become aware, you're no longer in the game, you're no longer playing the game, and you can't be controlled. If you feel like there's something is missing in your life, it's probably because you're addicted to consumerism, which it's emptiness, and it's sold as happiness. Quit consuming. We all consume a certain amount, but quit being addicted consuming. Try creating something. So we're always finding stuff in this yard. There's a part of a 3-point, an older one too. All right, so these two are peach trees that we're relocating. They got out of control. They never produced anything. Really not sure if they'll even make it with this transplant. It's kind of late in the season to be doing this, but we're trying to get the garden in and we want to free up some space. So I'll come back with the skid loader, fill this in. After put some water in it, definitely want to put water in. So let's do that now. I'll get the water down here, fill that up, and then we'll go get the skid loader and backfill it. All right, so we do have that third peach tree, but it's got that white and black mold all the way down to the trunk. So that one's just going to be a big old monarch butterfly. Anyways, that one's just going to be a loss. I'm going to saw that one out real quick. Not going to really film that. And then we're going to kind of rearrange these planter boxes and go from there. Okay, so this is our progress so far. We've got our planter boxes all in. We've got 3 trellises, archways, whatever installed. It was pretty easy. You just squeeze them together. We're kind of contemplating on this. Probably not going to install one this year. Now, after lunch, we're going to move these planter boxes and kind of do the same thing over here. So, bring you back after lunch. Okay, well, change of plans here. Rain is coming, and that area where it's just pretty much dirt is where we're going to plant a lot of row crops, and a couple vine crops, so beans, sweet corn, popcorn, etc. Since rain is coming, I want to till this up because running the skid loader around it so much really compacted it, which is unfortunate. I mean, the skid loader is great. It saves a lot of time and as far as grunt labor and whatnot, but it's really hard on your garden soil. It compacts it really quite a bit. I mean, it's 5,000 pounds, so without a full bucket. So I want to get the tiller in there, and I go east to west, and I go north to south. I do that a couple times. I don't record it all, but I want to just get as deep as possible before the rain gets here. That way the rain can get all the way down in there, penetrate that top 3-4 inches. Beyond that, it's pretty good soil. At about the foot mark, that's when we, 1.5 feet, yeah, I'd say 12 to 18 inches, that's when we hit clay. So we have great topsoil, but we did amend this area with some, well, it was like 6 to 8 month old horse manure compost, and then like a vegetable garden topsoil, really good stuff. It's called Omagrow. Just happens to be a local place that creates it. A lot of people just drop off their lawn refuse and they turn it all into really, really good topsoil. So we amended that whole area with a couple buckets of horse manure compost and a couple buckets of that really dark vitamin mineral rich Omagrow. So I want to get that tilled into so the rain didn't just wash it all away. So that's why we pivoted and started doing the tilling.